Welcome to today's professional development session, which focuses on the well-being of students and how it relates to the low performances and literacy across the network. At Freedom Prep, we believe in a mission that states Freedom Preparatory Academy charter schools prepare all students in grades pre-K through 12 to excel in college and in life. Can I have one representative to read our vision for us? All students at Freedom Prep will have the same competitive advantage as the most privileged children in America. And then our academic program, we value our students' lives and respect their intelligence by 1, holding a firm college-ready bar, 2, aggressively growing all students, and 3, taking risks to ignite students' intellectual selves. Take about 30 seconds to think about an example that you display with each bullet point: holding a firm college-ready bar, aggressively growing all students, taking risks to ignite students' intellectual selves. All 3 elements are important and drive the work that we do on a daily basis. And a couple of PD norms as we make sure that we're successful and everyone is here and here. We would like to use tech responsibly, own your learning, you're contagious, so be positive, and lastly, share the air. Take about 10 seconds to think about which one will you focus on today. All right, so the overview of today's session will focus on how the well-being of students plays a significant role in the development of each child. And the outcome is all stakeholders and leaders will collaboratively plan to identify and evaluate practices to increase the well-being and literacy rates of each child. So agenda, we'll go through how are the children, holistic data dive, school identity, where we have an opportunity to look at specific Freedom Prep data in reference to attendance, homelessness, students on track for graduation, reading and math proficiency rates. Next, we're going into collaborative learning sessions, and then presentation and goal setting, and lastly followed by question and answers. And how are the children? So how are the children derived from the Maasai tribe in Africa, where they greet one another by stating Kaserian Inigiri, which means, and how are the children? So unlike Americans, they don't ask, how are you or how's your day, but they rather ask about the next generation. To me, this shows that there's a lot of focus on the future. So what are we implementing in students, or how are we growing students to ensure that all of the children are well? Take 1 minute to jot the adjectives that come to mind when asked, and how are the children based on your experiences from the 21-22 school year. See some great adjectives. And a couple of weird ones popping on the Jamboard. All right, so now we're going to go into our data dive. We're going to take a look at at the Tennessee Commission on Children and Youth data compared to all counties in Tennessee, and let's see where Shelby County stands. As you all access the link, can I have a thumbs up to let me know that you're there? Once we're at 100%, we'll move forward. Thank you. All right, this takes 2 minutes to go ahead and analyze the data with the reflection questions on the screen. If there is any difficulty accessing the document via the link, I do have extra hard copies here. So thinking about the questions, what are the positive trends noticed? What are the negative trends noticed? How is the Shelby County data compared to FPA data based on general observation? And lastly, how does these ratings affect student achievement? We have about 2 minutes left as you all begin to reflect on the questions on the screen. All right. So one thing that stands out to me is the 3rd to 8th grade math reading proficiency. And we're at about 20% proficiency, which ranks us at 80 out of 95 counties. This stands out to me because it lets me know that there's a lot of work that could be done around literacy and in connection to the well-being of students. However, there are areas of Tennessee who are thriving in the range of proficiency rates in health. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back. Thank you. As we move into our next section, we're going to form groups based on our categories. So I have social work team, my dean of students who focus on culture, my dean of academics, and then I have my group of teachers, teacher leaders. So each group will collect school-wide data, create one page with findings based on each category, create one page with an action plan to close the gap. Each group will have 25 minutes to complete the task and 5 minutes to present their findings. So in those groups, again, we're broken down into our deans of students who will focus on academics, social work who will focus on homelessness, college and student success, and our lead teachers who will focus on students on track for graduation starting in 9th grade. And then group 4, we have our dean of academics who are focusing on the reading and math proficiency rates. I'll leave this slide up as we begin to form and begin the discussions in our groups. So again, we're collecting school-wide data, creating one page with findings based on the category, create one page with an action plan to close the gap, and then we'll present at the end of the 25 minutes. As you all work, I'll be coming around to each group to provide feedback. All right, next we're gonna go into our presentations. As we go into our presentations, following each one, I want each of us to think about glows and grows. So, and with the sentence prompt, your research and action plan can be or is effective because. In grows, your research and action plan can be strengthened by. First up, we have our deans of students who focus on the attendance data and how can we improve those related to our literacy scores. And each group will follow. All right, thank you all for your presentations. Before you all leave, we do have an exit ticket that we all will complete and submit, and submit on your way out. So 3 questions. What are you most proud of after today's work? What area would you like to continue working on? And then lastly, how does your research assist the attack on literacy? Thank you all for attending. I look forward to providing feedback and following up on the action plans that you all put into place. Our next meeting will be 2 weeks from today, and I'll send you all a calendar invite for that time. Thank you. Have a great day.